One of the mostly asked questions by foreign expats planning to live in Belgium is, do I need to know any of the local languages if I need to work in Belgium? And that is what we'll be discussing here today. So the shorter answer to that question is it depends on various factors like the city, the kind of job, or the industry that you'll be working at. But if you want to expand that on a bit, then you will have to look at the map of Belgium. And if you look at the map of Belgium, then you will see it is quite small for its size. But although it's quite small, Belgium is very diverse when it comes to its culture, geography, and languages. Now we can talk about the other diversities maybe in a different video, but to focus on its linguistical diversities, Belgium is divided into three major and a smaller region. So let's start with the first major region, that is Flanders or Flemish region, which sits at the northern part of Belgium, and as its name suggests, Flemish is the official language spoken in the region. Flemish is quite similar to that of Dutch. So if you live in Flanders for a decent period of time, and if you also hear someone speaking in Dutch, then you'll be able to spot the difference between the two languages. But for someone who doesn't speak Dutch or Flemish at all, for them both languages can sound the same, but it's not. Now Flanders, it's quite industrialized, modern or global you can say. Because of that, English is also quite oftenly used in Flanders. So you can survive with English itself, but because Flemish is the official language used in all of their government communications, for housing contracts, for company contracts, and also if something breaks down in your house regarding electricity, water, then you will need to know Flemish. So it's better that you know or you learn Flemish if you plan to stay in Flanders for a longer period of time. Then we move down south to another major region, that is Wallonia, which is a French-speaking region. If again you look at the map of Belgium, you will find that Belgium is surrounded by France and Netherlands on the other side. So both languages are very widely used in the country. But in Wallonia, unlike Flanders, you will find people who just speak French itself. So it is quite often happens that if you go for buying groceries or if you just ask for directions, you will encounter people who don't speak any English at all. So it is highly recommended that if you're planning to move to Wallonia, then you need to learn French for sure. So these are the two major regions, and then we move to the third and last, which is the capital of country and the capital of Europe, that is Brussels. And because it is capital of Europe, you will find a lot of international communities residing in Brussels, which is why English is also quite often spoken. But officially, it's a bilingual region, meaning both Flemish and French are used for all the official communications on their government website or for any official form of communication. But if we speak of raw numbers, then population of French speakers is a lot more in Brussels compared to that of Flemish or Dutch speakers. So you will find a lot of people talking to each other in French if you live in Brussels than Dutch speakers. But again, because it's international, you can survive with English itself. But again, even though you live in any of the regions, eventually you will need to learn either Flemish or French or both if you want to survive or grow in Belgium. But yeah, those were the three major regions, but also we have a very tiny small region of German-speaking population. Again, if you look at the map, Belgium is surrounded by France, Netherlands, and Germany at one part, and also Luxembourg. And because it is surrounded by Germany, the German side has a very smaller region of Belgium which officially speaks in German. But because it's quite small in size, it is highly unlikely that you'll end up working in the German part. But if you do, then yes, you will need to learn German to work there. But yeah, that's the linguistical diversity of Belgium. And if I have to recommend what language you need to speak before you move to Belgium, then as I said, if you move to Flanders or Brussels, you can survive initially for finding first job with English itself. But again, if you plan to stay here for a longer period, or if you plan to switch jobs or grow, then Flemish or French is needed. So there you go. I hope that answers your question, and if it does, like this video. And if you want to know more about the geographical or cultural diversity of Belgium, then do let me know in the comments as well. I'll be more than happy to let you know what my experiences are in terms of diversity in Belgium. So thank you very much for your time, and hopefully see you in the next one.